PSVR2 versus Quest 3, a VR headset showdown. Have you ever wondered which VR headset is the best? Today we're going to compare two amazing options, the PSVR2 and the Quest 3. Imagine stepping into a whole new world just by putting on a special pair of goggles. That's what virtual reality is all about. But with so many choices out there, it can be hard to know which headset to pick. Don't worry though, we're here to help you figure it out. In one corner, we have the PSVR2. It's made by Sony and works with the PlayStation 5. In the other corner, we have the Quest 3, made by Meta. You might know them as Facebook. Both of these headsets are cool, but they're also quite different. Let's dive in and see how they stack up against each other. What you see inside the headset. When you put on a VR headset, the first thing you'll notice is what you can see. It's like putting on a pair of glasses that transport you to another world. Both the PSVR2 and Quest 3 have nice screens, but they're a bit different. The PSVR2 uses something called OLED screens. OLED is a type of screen that's known for having really deep blacks and bright, vibrant colors. It's like looking at a super fancy TV, but it's right in front of your eyes. Each eye gets its screen, and each of these screens has a resolution of 2000 by 2040 pixels. That's a lot of tiny dots making up the picture, which means everything looks sharp and clear. But the PSVR2 has another trick up its sleeve. It uses something called eye tracking. This means the headset can tell where your eyes are looking. Why is this cool? Well, it allows the PSVR2 to do something clever. It can make the part of the screen you're looking at super clear and detailed, while the parts you're not looking at are a little less detailed. You won't even notice this happening, but it helps the PlayStation 5 run games smoothly. The Quest 3, on the other hand, uses LCD screens. These aren't quite as fancy as OLED when it comes to deep blacks, but they're still really good. The Quest 3 screens have a resolution of 2064 by 2208 pixels per eye, which is a bit higher than the PSVR2. This means things can look even sharper and clearer. But what makes the Quest 3 special is its lenses. They use something called pancake lenses, which might sound silly, but they're amazing. Traditional VR lenses can sometimes make things look a bit blurry around the edges or create weird rainbow effects. Pancake lenses fix a lot of these problems. They make everything look super clear from edge to edge, and they get rid of those weird rainbow effects you sometimes see in VR. Both headsets look great, but if we had to pick a winner for this round, it would be the Quest 3. Those pancake lenses are just too good to ignore. They make everything look crisp and clear in a way that's hard to beat. Plus, the slightly higher resolution gives it an extra edge. Wires or no wires. Here's a big difference between these two headsets. The PSVR2 needs to be plugged into your PlayStation 5 all the time, while the Quest 3 can work all by itself. The PSVR2's wire might seem annoying, but it has a good reason. Being connected to the PS5 means it can show awesome graphics. It's like having a super powerful computer right there with you. The Quest 3 doesn't need any wires at all. You can just put it on and start playing anywhere you want. It's got its computer inside. But that's not all. If you want, you can also connect it to a PC to play even fancier games. This one's too close to call, so we'll call it a tie. The PSVR2's graphics are amazing, but the Quest 3's freedom is hard to beat. Let's talk about controllers. Both headsets come with two hand controllers. These let you reach out and touch things in the virtual world. They're both really good, but they have some differences. The PSVR2 controllers are extra special. They have something called adaptive triggers, which can change how hard they are to squeeze. This makes things feel more real. For example, if you're pulling back a bow in a game, you can feel the string getting tighter. The Quest 3 controllers are really good too. They're light and comfortable to hold. They also have little vibrations that help make things feel more real. Both are great, but the PSVR2 controllers win this round. Those adaptive triggers are just too cool. What games can you play? Having a great headset is important, but what matters is the games you can play on it. After all, VR is all about having fun experiences. Let's see how our two contenders stack up when it comes to games. The PSVR2 has some awesome games that you can only play on it. These are called exclusives, and they're a big reason why some people choose PlayStation. There's a racing game called Gran Turismo 7, which lets you feel like you're driving super fast cars. It's so realistic that real race car drivers use it to practice. Then there are scary games like Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 4 Remake. These games are spooky enough on a regular TV, but in VR, they're terrifying. In a fun way, if you like that sort of thing. There's also a cool adventure game called Horizon Call of the Mountain, set in the same world as the popular Horizon games on PlayStation. These games look amazing and are super fun to play. They take full advantage of the PS5's power and the PSVR2's features. For example, in Horizon, you can feel the tension in your bow when you're shooting arrows, thanks to those adaptive trigger controllers we talked about earlier. The PSVR2 also has a lot of other great games, including some that you can play on other VR systems too. In total, there are over 100 games available for the PSVR2, which is a pretty good number. The Quest 3, on the other hand, has a huge library of games. It can play games made just for it, plus all the games from the older Quest headsets. That's hundreds of games. There are all kinds of games, from action and adventure to puzzles and exercise games. Some popular games on the Quest include Beat Saber, where you slash blocks to the rhythm of music, and Population 1, which is like Fortnite in VR. There's also an exclusive Assassin's Creed game coming, which looks exciting. But that's not all. If you connect the Quest 3 to a PC, you can play even more games. This includes games made for other VR systems, like Half-Life, Alex, which is one of the best VR games ever made. This round goes to the Quest 3. While the PSVR2 has some amazing exclusive games, the Quest just has so many more games to choose from. Plus, the ability to play PC VR games gives it a huge advantage if you have a gaming computer. However, if you're a big fan of PlayStation games, don't let this put you off the PSVR2. Its exclusives are high quality and offer experiences you can't get anywhere else. How much do they cost? Now for the big question, how much do these headsets cost? The PSVR2 costs about $550. But remember, you also need a PlayStation 5 to use it. If you don't already have one, that's another $400 to $500. So in total, you might be spending over $900. The Quest 3 starts at $499. That's less than the PSVR2, and you don't need anything else to use it. But a lot of people end up buying extra things for it, like a better head strap or grips for the controllers. These can add another $200 or more to the price. In the end, the Quest 3 is usually cheaper, especially if you don't already have a PS5. But if you do have a PS5, the prices are pretty close. We'll call this round a tie. So, which one should you choose? After all that, we've ended up with a tie. So how do you choose? If you already have a PlayStation 5 and love PlayStation games, the PSVR2 might be perfect for you. It has amazing graphics and those cool adaptive trigger controllers. If you want something you can use anywhere, or if you want to play lots of different VR games, the Quest 3 might be better. It's more flexible and has a huge library of games. Both of these headsets are awesome. You can't go wrong with either one. Think about what's most important to you. Do you want the best graphics possible? Go for the PSVR2. Do you want to be able to play VR anywhere, anytime? The Quest 3 is your best bet. Virtual reality is so cool, and it's getting better all the time. Whether you choose the PSVR2 or the Quest 3, you're in for an amazing experience. You'll be able to visit new worlds, play exciting games, and have adventures you never thought possible. Remember, the most important thing is to have fun. Both of these headsets will give you hours and hours of entertainment. So pick the one that feels right for you and get ready to jump into virtual reality. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It helps our channel. And if you want to see more videos about cool tech and gaming, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. That way, you'll never miss out when we post new videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time in the virtual world.